The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Tuesday, the 22nd day of October, 2022. Welcome. I'm saying 2022. It's definitely 2024.
It is, and I didn't even catch that, Jamal.
I definitely said 2022. It's 2024. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour. Brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical Wells, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy. I'm Jamal Hart, and she's Maya Palacio. And we're happy to be here. Another day, another conversation, important community conversation. Maya, how are you feeling on this Tuesday morning?
Well, very late night, getting some rest, but I'm still feeling pretty good this morning. Pretty excited.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you're excited. I didn't get much rest. I went to a concert last night, Maya.
You to a concert?
Yeah. I was just about to tell you off air, and I forget the name of the group I went to see.
It was that sing that song, Can I Call You Rose?
Yes, because that's the link that I was sent. And I sent it. And Sancha was trying to make fun of me because I hadn't heard it. And of course, she put a poll in the group and everyone knew it except me. So,
well, how did you feel about the song, though?
Huh?
How you like the song? Do you like it?
I like it, yeah. Nice. No, it was a vibe. It was nice, like nice. But of course, it was past my bedtime, so I left. I'm serious. Folks, if you know me, I'm very that guy. So if you take me out and show begins at 8 and my bedtime's usually 10, we getting home, we leaving. We're not staying past probably 9:30. All right. So I'm like that.
The show really starts at 8. It's like the end.
Yeah, I know. They didn't come on till like 9 o'clock. So
I figured.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that's how I roll. That's how I roll. Like, so Maya, when you take me out, just remember. Yeah.
Oh, I remember in Vegas, you always like to be at the very end of the seat too, so we can leave immediately. Like,
Maya knows my stuff. She knows. That's my dog. See, she knows.
I'm at the end of this aisle.
Yep. So I can make my clean escape. Folks, honestly, I'm a person. I know some people who really don't like going because they're like, no, his man want to leave before then. Even if we go to a sporting event. Oh, fourth quarter? All right, so we could head out for 5 minutes before. Yeah, I'm like that.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm a bad person to hang out with, man.
You're efficient. You are efficient.
Okay.
I'm the same whenever I go to Raptors games. I'm like, all right, 3 minutes left, and I think, well, I'm good. Let's go before the whole crowd goes at the same time. Something like that.
All right. Appreciate you. David Michael Wilson says, wishing one and all a terrific Tuesday. May the problems of yesterday be the stepping stones of today that form the results tomorrow. We appreciate you. Traveling Trotty says, morning, love that quote, David Michael. Mark C. Phillips says, big up, Jay, in the Studio J. Yes, this is Studio J. Sheikh Arana, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. And also, audience, you too can become a YouTube member as well. Go check it out. You just hit join on our YouTube channel. Trust me, we appreciate all of your feedback. Today, look out. You will be getting access to this year's survey. And there's some questions in there. We really hope you can take 10 minutes of your time to fill that out. Again, we're going to have various prizes this year from many of our partners. We're going to have some from Go the Label, Cassine, and Nail Bar and Scoops, as well as Treehouse Yoga with Tiffany. So we have a lot of prizes. So fill out the survey for an opportunity to win some of those prizes. Suzanne Ingham says, awesome Tuesday, Jamal and Maya. Before you tell me I never miss you, I missed you, Jamal. Do you feel better knowing you were missed? I do, Suzanne. I feel included. All right, folks. Greetings, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today as we welcome Jennifer Pitchon from the Endeavor program. We're going to be discussing the Maritime Springboard program. So you don't want to miss that. Don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. All right, let's jump right into the conversation, folks. Our question of the morning is, how should Bermuda respond to bad press related to the latest drowning death of a tourist? Now, I don't know if you guys know, but there's been stories circulating in the U.S. news, as well as I think it was Inside Edition. Someone shared on Twitter last night, X. Someone shared on X last night that basically the family of October 7th's drowning death victim was very unhappy. And basically Bermuda's beach, Horseshoe Bay Beach, which according to these stories is ranked 8th in the world by some outlets, is known as a death trap. They're basically saying it's a death trap, right? And I mean, can you blame them? I mean, this is death, folks. I mean, there's no coming back from death. And losing, when you go on vacation, so many Bermudians travel, you always want to make it back home. So what are your thoughts on Bermuda, Horseshoe Bay being its most popular beach and Bermuda being a destination that really needs tourists? How should Bermuda respond to bad press related to the latest drowning of a tourist? What are your thoughts on that? But ask this question first, though. Do you believe bad press will harm Bermuda? Do you think these stories about Horseshoe Bay and, 3 deaths this year, Maya? 3 drowning deaths?
I have to look that up. It could be 2 or 3. I have
Yeah, 2 or 3. All right, but what do you believe that bad press will harm Bermuda? Do you think it will harm Bermuda? Now, I come from a space where I remember people saying, oh, any press is good press. I highly disagree with that. But the point is, well, at least people are talking about whatever the subject is. And at this time, it's Bermuda. So it's like, well, at least Bermuda's on Inside Edition. I'm not quite sure we want to be, in that space, right? It's not like the Bermuda Triangle helps us, right? Mm-hmm. So what are your thoughts on this? Do you believe bad press will harm Bermuda? Yes or no? Just a yes or no quickly before we get into it. Yes or no, do you believe bad press will harm Bermuda?
For me, I will say yes to this, mainly because one of our main attractions is our beaches, is our waters. Now, if this story gets so many views and so many highlights, when people are searching Bermuda's beaches, this one might pop up instead of, a lovely story or image of how beautiful we are. It might be this. Now, I will say, in terms of the stories that I watched, and how Teo came on here and he actually kind of broke down how many, incidents happen in other Caribbean places that are far, far more than Bermuda. And unfortunately, that wasn't highlighted as well in these stories that were brought forth. Just seeing wow, there are other, islands that do have a way worse drowning instances that do occur.
Yeah. And I'm glad Teo bought that, but I think Bermuda's situation is so unique because of our size, and it's not like we have a lot to explore as far as beach, right? Are we driving? Someone said, and I had said this years ago, right? I'm gonna quote her. Audience, please digest what I'm about to quote. Digest it. Think about what I'm about to share with you. So, someone said on X yesterday, the bigger conversation is how many of the things that we promote carry an element of risk, but are rarely spoken about. The bike/car rentals, cliff diving, and tourists die yearly on their South Shore beaches because they promote the pink sand with no mention of the rough water. Let me be very clear with you. When I was working in the tourism space, I actually always thought about that. The liability in promoting cliff diving. Yeah, it sounds great as locals. Oh, this is what we do. But it's dangerous. It is. It's risky. Now, some people say, oh, it's as risky as getting in a helicopter or a hot air balloon. Maybe, but it is something of risk. We just had a cycle owner, rental cycle owner, talking about people not renting cycles or being, told to avoid them. Are we being completely honest? There was a time when there were so many tourists getting in traffic collisions, right? Are we being honest as a destination? We need to ask ourselves these questions. So again, audience, yes or no, do you believe bad press will harm Bermuda? Bad press from the latest drowning. Do you believe it will harm Bermuda? Let's go see what the audience is saying. So we've got Suzanne Ingham says yes. She says yes. Charles H. Jefferson II, he says bad press, it's accurate, and we should address it and ask those same outlets to report on how we addressed it. Well, I mean, we can ask them, but that's not their responsibility to report it. But I agree with you, Charles. I agree. The best way to respond to bad press is to address it, which I think Maya will speak to her solution in a few. But Shikarena says yes, she believes the bad press will harm Bermuda. So how should we respond to the bad press? Charles just shared an example. He believes we should address it. But how do we address it? What does that look like? What does addressing the bad press look like? Do we say, you know what? We have more signs up. We have emails that go out to all cruise guests or something? Or like, do we have more people with informative at the entrances of our South Shore beaches? Like, how do we address it?
I think you laid out a good one there. I think it is a good idea to actually communicate it with the cruise ships, let them know and let them tell the passengers, airlines as well, if that's something that isn't already being implemented, because I do not know, but it would be nice for them to at least get some sort of warning if there is a warning, a towel to let them know there's no lifeguards, which I'm sure, and I've been told that there are signs there and that people are normally warned as well by these circumstances whenever they do go to the beaches, at least the ones that are normally heavily lifeguarded or at least have persons there for the tourists. So I would just probably say the things that we probably talked about, a week or two ago, is just possibly getting more lifeguards on board. Now, I know that the government said that's been an issue, but there are instances where also, things have been in place where some people just aren't able to get the opportunity to do so. And I know money is always an issue too, but all year round, lifeguards seems to be one of the major solutions to this.
I think that's a solution. Have bodies there, right? Because the way the story I saw that was covered, that interviewed the latest victim's mother and brother, was that they should have lifeguards on duty year round if they're promoting the beach year round. And the way the story ended is lifeguards are there from such and such to the end of September, and this happened October 7th. I actually think that's a valid point. If you're going to promote something, right, look, we want to be on the side, remove all doubt, right? We want to be on the side of safety and security always, right? So if there are cruise ships coming at least till November, just have them talk November. No, some people may say, well, it's about finding the people. Like many of the lifeguards are students, they're going back to school. Then just don't promote the beach. People go take their own risk, but don't promote the beach. Take the liability away from and put as much signage as possible. Just keep it there, communicate it. Look, please be advised that there's normally surf or such and such. Like, just be very, very clear. Whereas no one can say they did not know. But Bermuda being seen as a death trap, its most popular beach being seen as a death trap, isn't the kind of press Bermuda needs right now, audience. It's not. So again, I want to hear from the audience. This is a Bermuda problem. Bermuda literally cannot afford to lose any more potential tourists. We know this. It's a dying industry. This is the last thing we need. And it seems like if it's not one thing, it's the other. If it's not the roads and cycle rentals, then it's the beaches and drownings. And again, these are the ones we hear about due to that. It's like Maya and the road collisions. We usually hear about, it's like people only care when it's a fatality. but we don't even think about the amount of collisions that end up with people not being able to have the same quality of life. The same with what seems to be happening at the beaches. People keep saying, oh, these happen all the time. People getting caught in surf, but we only hear if someone's lost their life. So this is not a problem that just exists every now and then, apparently, based on what people who frequent these beaches say. Let's go to the audience. How should Bermuda respond to bad press related to the latest drowning death? Renee Simmons says, why do we have to always compare to others? We should stand alone and beyond and strive to be leaders in what we have to offer. Make our beaches safer, not wait for accidents to happen to react. Okay.
Just like I was saying, we should be in the business of prevention when it comes to these things. I mean, same way with roads, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Maya. I think preventative measures, and I understand her frustration in comparing with other places. That's done to kind of just get an idea of, okay, how unique is this? It's not to say, well, we're not as bad, so it's okay. I don't think that was Teo's point. It was really just to, well, let me see how often this happens, in relation to Bermuda. Now, you said make our beaches safer, not wait for accidents to happen. The question of the morning, how do we respond to bad press? You said make them safer. What does safer look like? How do we make them safer? What do we need to do to make them safer? Yeah, man.
Well, I'm going to have it later on in my story this morning, top of the line, but like, it's a lot of things that are being put in place, but are also often said that are ignored as well. So how do we fight that issue of persons ignoring the advice that is being given to them? I think that's also a major issue.
Yeah, because you would have to police people, right? Do you fine them? Do you put fines? Failure to adhere to these rules is a risk of fine or possibly imprisonment. Do you do that? I don't look. I'm not an expert at like surges and currents and all that, so I honestly can't speak much on it. You all just know me. I don't really mess with the ocean like that on a good day. So, yeah. Charles H. Jefferson II says, communicate with the cruise ships, hotels, Airbnb, news outlets. And if the weather is bad, close the beach. Sometimes you need to protect people from themselves. Lifeguards should be there if open. I think that's all seems easy, right, man? Communication.
That's a tough one. I mean, that's not already happened, which will be a shock to me. Then that should definitely be implemented. Like, definitely. Because I know as the press, we get the beach warnings and we say it here on the news. But yeah, in terms of it also being sent to the people that bring these tourists to the island, I don't know.
But also, most of these tourists are getting down to the beaches in the minibuses nowadays, right? So make sure the minibuses are communicating these messages to them. Like, make sure these folks know, look, it's really rough surf today. Like, I don't know if there's someone with what they call it, a blowhorn up there. I don't know. Maybe we're doing too much. But my point is, we have a problem.
And you can't say that you weren't informed or that you didn't know somebody. It has to be so obvious that you might even get annoyed by hearing it all the time. But But I know what you mean by having something on the bus that actually maybe like say it. Like I know out here in Toronto, like informs you of each and every stop before you get there. If there's something on the bus like, if you're going to Horseshoe Bay, warning, there is a please proceed with caution and yada yada. On every bus route that takes it to that location. So
I like that. See, they do it in Toronto. Why we can't do it in Bermuda? Suzanne Ingham says, yes, Jamel, lifeguards all year. Yep, Maya's in favor of that, I think. Signs posted. If rough water, close the beach or swim at your own risk. And yes, I agree. Do not advertise the beach after November. Maybe there should be a law. Only advertise the beach if you've got what they're called, lifeguards. Also, should the lifeguards be the responsibility of the government or those who have the vendor? I mean, I don't know how that works, but these are some things we should look at. Amanda Blakeney said it requires education. Swim parallel to the beach if caught in undertow. Many times, tourists are not even watching their children. Locals are seen as sharing this life-saving measure to tourists. Well, that's just irresponsible parenting.
I mean, that's part of an idea because you know how we have to get people to test out the rentals, do the little riding test before we get out and get the bike. should we be doing swimming tests? I mean, I know that's probably taking it a whole nother step, especially when there's so many, but just a thought, at least for maybe private beaches. I don't know. It's just an idea to see, can people actually swim to be in these waters? I mean, we do it for camps.
You know what, Maya? Honestly, I don't think that's a bad idea because, and even, the signs, if your children are not swimmers, they should not be on it. Take them to the cove. This is not the beach to play with. Yeah. Charles H. Jeffs II responding to you, Maya, said it's not happening. There's no master list to communicate to those entities. Well, I definitely, when I rethought about it, I'm like, I'm pretty sure every Airbnb doesn't have communication like that. And if they do, are they really checking the email that may come about it and communicating it to their people? So yeah, you got that. Sherry Vanderpool says, just as you post the sign on the beach, make it that they have to post the sign on the minibus.
Yeah.
I like that, Sherry. Like, no, sir, I think we have to make it to a point where they can't say they didn't know. But I want to say something. So I was in St. John's ambulance, and I probably shared this before. And the lady, Ms. Otterbridge, gave this example one time, right? Because St. John's ambulance was all about life-saving and so on. And she used the, in flat saw, the water going in and out, the sound, the current's usually kind of strong, right? And she gave this example, and I might be telling it wrong, so forgive me, folks, but I think you'll get the point. She gave this example saying that if someone fell over there, what's the best way to save them? And obviously everyone's shouting out different answers, whatnot. And, people were like, oh, you jump over and, go with the current, or you throw something over and try to reel them in. And she said, whatever you choose, right? Just remember one thing. Heroes die. That stuck with me. Because adrenaline is almost like ego sometimes. I see Maya over there, I want to save her, I'm jumping in, not realizing, no, we're both at risk. We don't think, we act on impulse sometimes. And I'm not saying that this gentleman was not supposed to go in. I think he did, what he believed was best. But when you have lifeguards and people with the right training, what they'll do is ensure, or at least their job is to ensure, that all parties make it out safely. Moral of that story: we need trained professionals there to ensure that we do not have this problem anymore. Let's go through these final few comments, then Maya will do the news break. We've got Kathy Oldboy says there are big red signs posted at the beaches. The driveway and the actual entrance to the beach, closing the beach would be the best option, as people will still go in the water. Yeah, I think so as well. Closing the beach. Charles H. Jeffs II says, how many drownings have we had on other beaches over the last couple of years? Good question, Charles. Carl Otterbridge says it would be a bad idea to give responsibility to minibus operators to warn of dangerous water conditions. Why would it be a bad idea?
I'm curious how would that be bad? Because I think even the hotels should just have like signage, or like just let the people know, like, oh, you're going to Horseshoe, just be careful. There's a warning.
Yeah, I don't think we're saying just leave the responsibility to them. We're saying that they should know as well. So meaning every and anyone that comes into contact with these tourists should have that information. So why would it be a bad idea for them to warn people as well? Help us understand that. And Renee Simmons just explaining what she meant by safer earlier. Says safer means appropriate trained personnel available on the beaches and devices available to personnel to assist possibly jet skis to be easily accessible and appropriate monitoring of currents. Appreciate that. Appreciate you all. And thank you all for these feedback. Kathy Oldboy says the drivers are not experts. That could dangerous. No, it's not saying the okay.
Should I?
Okay. And Carl, thank you for that. He says it's a liability insurance issue. The drivers are not advising. They're not telling the tourists anything from their perspective. What they're doing is no different from what we do every morning. If we get something from the government or the police saying the warnings on the beach, we're just telling them, hey, there's a warning about the beach tonight. Like, you're just literally it's like anyone on the street sharing information. Hey, make sure you read the signs. That's it. That makes sense?
Yeah, if a government press release comes out, they, and others should just be able to tell the tourists when they're on their way to destinations, hey guys, just so you know, there was a warning put out this morning by the Bermuda government about the waters, so be cautious, be safe. Have a good day.
Yeah, that's it. It's not, Okay, let's, I was going to say go to Maya for the Daily Hour News Break, but Maya's here. It's time for Daily Hour News Break, folks. Thank you so much for this conversation, discussion. Let's hope that the government or the powers that be and BTA, whoever's responsible, this information is shared with some of them so that we can respond to the bad press with actions that can protect our guests and locals from harm when visiting our local beaches. All right, time for the Daily Hour News Break. And don't forget, Jennifer Pitcher from Endeavor Program coming up. Make sure you give us a like, a love, follow. Make sure you share the conversation with your friends, family, and colleagues.
Well, good morning, everyone. So this is the Daily Hour News Break brought to you by the great people at People's Pharmacy. Top of the story this morning is what we're discussing already. On October 11th, we reported here on the show about a tragic death of a tourist on the island. Well, a few days ago, Eyewitness News shared a story of the family of the victim, Jamie Lambros. Let's watch a quick video of it right here.
Joey Pappas describing the circumstances of his brother's death on October 7th. 11 family members on a cruise here to Bermuda at what seemed like an idyllic beach, Horseshoe Bay. But 48-year-old Jamie Lambros of Deer Park spotted a 10-year-old boy. He was struggling far out in the water. Horseshoe Bay, a top tourist attraction here in Bermuda, but not staffed year-long with lifeguards.
If there's signs and warnings, that kid would have never been on the beach and my brother wouldn't have been a hero.
No, Jamie, please, my God.
Devastating news there, and a devastating heartbreak, please, from the mother there. But just following on more of the story, police did confirm that there was signage and warning signs on the beach, and they did report that as well at the end of that story. But the family of the victim also shared warnings for other tourists who visit Bermuda. Here's the story.
His family now hoping other tourists understand this spot is well advertised on cruise lines, but not the inherent risks.
There's no rescue skis, there's no emergency teams that are going to get there in time. We want change. We want tourists to be safe. We never want anyone else to feel this pain, ever.
Eyewitness News reached out to Bermuda police, who claim there were signs regarding the rough waters due to hurricane season.
Now, I know we talked about this in depth already, Jamal. How you feel about that story?
I don't want to disrespect victims, families, or anything, but I would love to. I think news reports are done so condensed that we don't get the full to understand. And the reason I always ask for more information, or whether it's a real collision or whatnot, is I think the way to prevent things going forward is to get the entirety of the stories. I just want to. I understand their pain, but I'd like to know how can we, ensure that this gentleman's death is not in vain. What can we do to make sure that it doesn't happen again?
Mm-hmm. Well, I actually reached out to a former lifeguard in Bermuda and asked if tourists going into the water to try and save others has happened more frequently or if it's unusual. And they said that while themselves or their colleagues were lifeguarding, nobody had drowned this way, largely because of procedures put in place by their boss, and that many rescues involve multiple people trying to help each other beach patrons. Now, I also asked about rescues they may have made and common incidents of life-saving measures, in which this is what they responded.
Holidays, increasing cruise ship numbers, and hurricane season are all factors that lead to high rescue numbers. The common denominator is usually rip currents. The lifeguard service does a great job at advising the public on water conditions and beach hazards, rip currents, man o' war, etc. Some people just choose to ignore or are oblivious to warnings and signage. Some people just flat out ignore lifeguards and end up getting cut off, stung, or rescued. A recent cut match, the lifeguards had 22 plus rescues at Horseshoe in a single day while managing the ongoing mayhem that is Beach Fest. In closing, when asked, should lifeguards be required all year round and not just seasonal, they said, quote, absolutely, if not a full 20-strong roster, there should at least be staff to man beaches when cruise ships are in, which is now all year round, more or less, end quote.
All right, question for the audience. Do you believe lifeguards should be year-round, or is that stretching? Yes or no? Do you believe they should be year-round? Maya, just a correction to this story. It was parks, not the police, that said there was signage.
Okay, misinformed. Sorry, there. This earlier story as well from Eyewitness News. That was the confirmation that they received from police. I was using that confirmation for the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lifeguards year-round or just during the season? I mean, what are your thoughts? Yes or no? Lifeguards year-round? Yes or no, audience? Yes or no? Are you a lifeguard year-round person, Maya?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna say year-round. I don't believe that we're promoting the beaches year-round, right? I would probably say as long as we're promoting the beaches, if it's April to November, then there should be, some sort of lifeguard there. I think in the other months, it's people at their own risk, and it could be going overboard. Now, if we want to be on the side of caution, then yeah, lifeguards all year round to ensure that even those who, one or two people who might go to the beach for exercise are protected. But what does that look like? I don't know. I think that these are questions that we should probably have with the Department of Parks.
Well, just in case someone may have missed it in that story, but the fact that they had 22 plus rescues just in that one day for Beach Fest, that's at Horseshoe Bay, that's quite a high number. That's gonna be
yeah. Yeah. Well, we've got a few yeses. Nicole Walker says yes. Yes, but there is a cost. Yep. Carl Otterbridge says yes, all year round with a buoy line like Shelley Bay. Yeah, I thought of that earlier. Renee Simmons says yes, of course, in off season, less lifeguards and more when at peak season. Traveling Charlie says no, like myself. Yeah, I don't know, maybe 9 months of the year, but I don't know. But again, continue. Sorry, Maya.
No, well, meanwhile, the injured woman on a motorcycle believed to be 25 years old, Southampton resident who was involved in that two-vehicle collision that occurred last Wednesday is said to have non-life-threatening injuries, which is good news. But apparently the driver of the car involved, believed to be a 31-year-old Sands Parish woman, was not hurt at all, which is great news as well. Any witnesses that have not already come forward are encouraged to call Constable Jennifer at 211 if they witness this and haven't said anything as of yet.
Yeah, wishing a speedy recovery.
Indeed. Now, in other news, and here's a rotten story for you, but egg throwing incidents have been reported prior to Halloween. Patrol officers have already responded to alleged incidents that the latest reports to be actually during the day on Sunday, October the 20th in Middle Road, Riviera Road, Southampton area. As Halloween approaches, the Bermuda Police would like to remind the public that throwing eggs at vehicles, homes, and businesses is potentially dangerous as well as costly. To help prevent this irresponsible activity and the need for police involvement, parents and shopkeepers are encouraged to be on the lookout for individuals, especially young persons, attempting to throw unusual large quantity of eggs around the island. And remember, if you do see this, you can report it by just calling 211.
I didn't realize we still did that in Bermuda. When I was a child, that was normal. I honestly did not know people still threw eggs during Halloween. No, I'm not being funny in saying this, but where do these children get the money to purchase eggs? Because they're not cheap. Like groceries, inflation, it's like, folks, you will know. Put it this way here. If you work hard for your money and you see a carton of eggs missing from your house, get on your young people. Because you're going to notice a missing egg or a carton at least. So get on your young people. This is safety involved.
Indeed.
Exactly. Look at these. The healthy old boy. Eggs are too expensive. Renee Simmons, eggs are too expensive to go to wait. Come on now. You're going to know if an egg's missing at this point in your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Inflation should be impacting antisocial behavior like that.
They also gave warning to persons that work at the grocery stores, like if you see young kids buying a quantity of eggs, it looks pretty suspicious. Also reach out as well to 211 and just
Yeah. They're gonna probably have to put an age limit on. You can't buy eggs if you're under this, age. That'll be crazy, but I'm just saying.
But you're right, though. That was the first thought to me, was like, in this economy, wasting eggs like that?
We're not doing that.
No, sir. Well, meanwhile, Shiona Tarini, once again putting Bermuda further on the map, reaching back to bring others forward with her continued success in the fashion industry. The stylist recently dressed one of her main clients, Beyonce Knowles, with a ring designed by David Rose. The ring, made by David, is meant to resemble an embodied comb, mimicking Bermuda's clear turquoise waters. You'll also recall that David Rose was also commissioned to create the Olympic rings for Bermuda's Olympians as well. So this recent style is surely an eye-catching collab for the local business, who was able to, again, partner with Shiona Tarini, who is the stylist for Beyonce in this collab.
Nice. Is it like emerald or sapphire? Not sapphire. It's got to be emerald. Sapphire is darker blue. Or is it any stone? I don't know.
That's a good question. I actually didn't see what type of stone it was. I just bet on the color of the turquoise.
Turquoise diamond, maybe.
That would be amazing. Well, in your sports-related news, the Chicago Red Stars, which is home to Bermuda's Golden Boot girl, Leilani Nesbitt, has advanced to the 2024 Women's Soccer League playoffs. And get this, the team now single-handedly boasts the second most playoff appearances, 8 in total, in the NWSL history. So congrats to her team there.
Good stuff. Congratulations to Leilani. She's just a champion. Winning on college level. She's about to win at the professional level. There we go. How's the weather looking today?
Weather's looking like a mix of sun and cloud, and we got a high of 80 degrees. Shouldn't be that windy, but still, bring out a windbreaker. Have a jacket on you.
Okay. All right. Get on that bike. Put a jacket on. How are we looking for days of the year, Maya? You got something?
I do. It's National Make Your Dog's Day. So welcoming a love companion to your life is a decision that transforms routines into shared adventures and lasting bonds. National Make Your Dog's Day is an ideal opportunity to show some extra love and affection to that cute little pup. And for those who are thinking of adding a dog to the family, this is a time to remember the benefits of adopting a dog from a shelter. So question for the audience this morning, for all the dog owners out there, what is your dog's favorite treat? And how are you going to treat them today? Favorite treat?
Well, I'm going to have a dog, but Bella, her favorite treat's anything that's food. You say treat, she runs to her cabinet. So, like dogs, don't they just like anything?
Come on, you got to know your dog's favorites. Unless, Bella just might not be picky, because I'm telling you, working in Noah's Ark, there was some picky dog eaters, and it had to be specifically all natural sweet potato treats, 100% dehydrated, like those type of dogs in the family. I'd probably say for my dog, when I had Aaliyah, her favorite was the bully stick. That's a pretty popular one too, the braided bully stick.
Okay. Well, Suzanne Ingham says, I love my dog day. All right. Well, real quickly, audiences, leave a review day. And as we are sending out the survey today, we want to encourage you to leave us a review. Leave us a review. That is an option on the survey that you'll be receiving today. Make sure that you give as much feedback as possible. Again, 10 minutes of your time to leave a review. Share your thoughts. Reflect on what the Daily Hour means to you. And, how you feel about contributing to this show every morning. And just remember, this show is helping you have an online voice as well. So yes, leave us a review, and you can do that on Facebook as well, or X, or whatever social media platform you choose. But let's celebrate leave a review day by helping out your friends at the Daily Hour. So when you receive that survey today, please give us 10 minutes of your time and complete it. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Jennifer Pitcher in about 1 minute, 58 seconds. Stick with us.
Let's face it, life can be a little wild, but shopping doesn't have to be. I choose People's, so that whether it's a prescription that needs to be filled, a toy for my little terror, or a gift for a new addition to the family, we'll see about that. Everything's available in one convenient location. Some call it People's, I call it my one-stop shop in the city. Peoples, we're here for you.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level. Wake up in the morning with enough coffee to keep you running throughout the entire day. Your pet at home deserves the best. Stock up on dog food to keep your puppy happy. Need a quick, tasty lunch at home? Your chicken nuggets will be jumping right out of the freezer. What's a movie night without popcorn? You can never have too much. Lindo's Next Level. Why go anyplace else?
Unlock your business potential with BDC's General Microloan, offering up to $30,000 for Bermudian small and medium businesses. Whether it's for inventory, working capital, or equipment, we provide 100% guarantee on approved loans. Simple application, low interest rates, and fast processing. Apply today and make your business dream come true.
Looking for the best care for your pets? Nova's Ark Feed and Supply has everything you need, from top quality foods to toys and supplies. We've got it all. Join our frequent buyer program and earn rewards every time you shop. Plus, we've been awarded the Clever Customer Initiative program for helping you save more. And don't forget, we open an hour early on Saturdays so you can get a head start on your pet care. Visit us today or shop online for easy pickup or delivery. Your pets will thank you.
Alrighty, welcome back to the big show. My Palacio, I'm Jamal Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medicals, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy. Folks, if you haven't already, make sure you give us a like, a love, follow, share. Make sure you have these discussions with your friends, your family, your colleagues, your MPs when they come and ask for your vote. We want to ensure that these conversations are moving our country forward, our community forward, and creating the spaces that are safer and just better for us all to live within. Don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. All right. Without further ado, let's bring our guest for the day. We have Jennifer Pitcher from the Endeavor program. Sorry, Jennifer. They're a bit excited this morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. Thank you. How are you both doing?
Good. I think we're hanging in there. You know, actually, Endeavor deals with people on the water, doesn't it?
We do, and I really enjoyed, while it's tragic, enjoyed the conversation you were having before now. It's really, I think, pertinent that we're having, the key takeaway that I took is making sure that people are trained and prevention and that education piece. And that's pretty much what we're all about. And certainly what we're going to talk about today is how can we get young Bermudians trained up and get them involved in the maritime industry. So it was really relevant and resonates what you're talking about.
Indeed. Thank you for that. And if you don't mind, I mean, you don't have to answer, but do you just from your perspective, working in the space with the water and the like, would you be in favor of year-round lifeguards at some of our beaches, or just when there's, high frequency of people?
I really thought about that, and thinking about Bermuda, but thinking about other places I've been where, again, like ocean destinations, if you can say it like that, and particularly the West Coast, like California, and they do have year round, and it might not be just one person. It might not be, the same volume that they have in peak season, but even having one person potentially, I think it is worthwhile because you never know what could happen, and having someone there as opposed to not having someone there, I think it's obvious. Well, again, that's my opinion, what the prevention piece would be in having someone there.
Indeed. Thank you for sharing, Jennifer. Appreciate it. Let's jump into today's conversation, and thanks again for trusting our platform to come back again this year. But just remind people who may not know what the purpose of the Endeavor program is.
Absolutely. So Endeavor, sort of as an organization, is all about engaging our young people from diverse backgrounds across Bermuda in experiential learning through sailing. So we do that in various ways. Today, of course, we're going to talk about the Endeavor Maritime Springboard Programme. This is for older young people, ages 16 and up. It's an opportunity for them to get involved in the maritime industry. Whereas the other program that we offer is the STEAM Education Program, which this is our signature program. We're just at our 10th year, which is a bit insane, but we're really grateful. And this STEAM Education Program is all about engaging our young people in hands-on STEAM education through sailing. And what's cool now is, being how long we've been offering our programs to the community, we're seeing young people that in the beginning of Endeavor's experience offering these programs, they're now coming through, they're in high school or they're finishing high school, they're looking for the next step, and it's kind of coming full circle.
Nice.
So, what is the Endeavor Maritime Career Springboard Program?
Yeah, so it's a 7-week program. It's a program that really engages and equips young people with all of the hands-on experience and training and career career connections that they need to be successful in the maritime industry. It is offered in partnership with the Bermuda College. We are now promoting, or we're getting ready for our 8th year of partnership with the Bermuda College. Big shout out to the APACE team, Karen Smith and Tawana Flood. They have been so fantastic over the last 8 years, and we're really grateful for this partnership that benefits Bermuda's youth.
I didn't realize it's been so long.
Me too, Jamal. Went by fast.
So for those maybe even up to college or interested, like what are the objectives of the program? Like what should people be looking to get out of it?
Absolutely. Really key. It's all about employability skills. So it's really opportunity for young people, young Bermudians in particular, to gain employability skills. So yes, there is a focus on maritime training, but it's also about building those life skills, the problem solving, communication, collaboration, teamwork, critical thinking skills, things that employers are looking for, as well as to really increase the number of qualified sailing instructors in Bermuda. There are amazing sailing organizations in Bermuda, and they often don't have local qualified instructors. And so we're trying to change that by making sure that our young people have the skills and knowledge and experience to be employed.
Nice. So can you continue on by just maybe stating a little bit more of those benefits exactly for like those students and like what age groups?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll tackle the benefits and then talk about the age, because we've had quite a very varied range of ages applied to the program over the years. So in terms of the benefits, really that hands-on practical experience. It is a 7-week program. It's intensive, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And during those days, they're gaining hands-on training and experience to earn qualifications. These aren't any qualifications. These are qualifications offered by the Royal Yachting Association. And what they are their sailing levels 1, 2, and 3. Really don't have to have any experience. We provide all that training. Seamanship, powerboat level 2, safety boat, what to do in case of an incident on the water, for example, really relating back to the earlier conversation you guys were having. First aid again, safe and fun safeguarding. You can hear the theme here. It's all about that safety element. And then also, again, related to safety is using a marine radio. It's a SRC short range certificate, which is how to handle a marine radio on the water. And then for those interested, we also offer an opportunity to become a qualified dinghy instructor. Not everyone wants to teach sailing, but for those interested, we do offer that instructor award as well.
Love it.
Oh, that's sweet. Well, because I went to Olympics, obviously, I know Adriana Penwarak, and she sails on the dinghy, so that's really cool to know that you get that sort of training experience too within the program. That's sweet.
Absolutely.
Can you actually talk about like after these graduate, what sort of professions do they lean into as well?
Absolutely. I've been thinking about this because we've done 7 years, so 7 cohorts now. We've had 74 graduates of the program, which I'm very proud of every one of them. They're all worked really hard to get their qualifications and persevere through the program. So again, one of the pathways offered through the program is for those who enjoy sailing is to become a qualified dinghy instructor. We've even had some people who started the program with 0 experience after the 7 weeks become a qualified instructor, and some of them are working with us now. We have 8 instructors working with Endeavor, and 6 of them are Springboard grads. So I just want to give a shout out to our team. That's one pathway, though. Other pathways for people, maybe sailing instruction or sailing is not for them. We've got a lot of people interested in working with marine mechanics, for example. We've had some people go on to work with local boat yards, as well as go overseas and pursue further training in marine mechanics. A lot are interested in working in that tourism business that we have here on the island, so charter business and water sports jobs. Captain Kirk's Coral Adventures, we've got a few people working with them. KS Water Sports, Island Boat Club. Really, there's endless possibilities with all the different businesses we have. And then we've got some working with government, with the Department of Marine and Port Services. If you take the ferry from Hamilton to Dockyard and back, you'll probably meet one of our Springboard grads, Taj. He was part of our pilot program way back when, in 2018. Some working with the Coast Guard. It goes on and on. Some working with the MV Oleander as deck cadets. And some are, again, pursuing further education in marine science, for example, and other nautical or marine ocean related topics. So lots of different opportunities, lots of variety for our young people.
My word.
I love that.
Yeah.
Trying to fit it all in. It's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, somebody tuned in may have thought it was just sailing, I mean, just saying. But no.
Oh, incredible. This is like really amazing practice to go into. Now, I do have another question for you, because when it comes to marine mechanics, how much is that needed on the island? I'm curious. Like, has it become a big benefit having your program and allowing more people to be in this profession?
Such an excellent question. Thank you for that question, Maya. So it's interesting because we have, I want to make sure I answer the question directly. So in terms of people with boats, or in all the water sport industry, all the different boats on the island, you need to have the knowledge and the expertise to be able to fix them. And so a short answer would be yes, it's very much a very valuable skill to have. And certainly we've seen right from the beginning, at least each cohort, we've got 2 or 3 minimally interested in that kind of career. Often they'll have, depending on who the candidate is, often they'll have sort of tinkered with boats themselves, whether, a family member, an uncle, a grandpa, somebody with a boat, or a friend. Or, for example, they'll have sort of gained some experience with scooters and sort of taking apart engines and doing that kind of stuff, and then transferring that knowledge and gaining more skills and experience with the vehicles in the water, for example, with boats and power engines and things like that.
Nice. Audience, if you have any questions or comments for Jennifer, please send them through. Karen Simmons is asking, do you have any young people who have gone through the Springboard program who have gone outside of Bermuda to continue their technical skills?
Thank you, Ms. Karen. Thank you for that question. Yes, we have. So one of our young people that's away right now at the landing school, in the States, he is Ja'Kai Berkeley, and he actually is pursuing that. So when he was here, he's worked with marine imports, and then now he's going further, and he's really developing an advanced knowledge and skill in that area. That's one of many, though. There's been quite a few that have pursued that avenue.
Okay. What's the criteria? We didn't go over that. What's the criteria for people interested in the program, and how can they apply if interested?
Excellent question. So really trying to make sure that we're inclusive. That's a core element of what Endeavour offers. But we do want to make sure it's for Bermudian youth. So as long as you're Bermudian, your age is 16 and older. Just going back to Maya's question earlier, we have the minimum age is 16 based on the qualifications that we offer, in particular operating a powerboat. However, we have had young people that have finished school. For example, maybe they're in their early 20s, late 20s, even early 30s. Maybe they're looking to change careers. We've had them apply as well and be successful in the program. Back to the criteria, though, they must be available from January 6th to February 21st. That is the 7 weeks the program's offered, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. inclusive. They should be interested in a maritime career, or at least be curious, and really demonstrate a willingness to learn and have a great work ethic. It does require a lot of commitment. Our team is there to be supportive and be mentors and supporters throughout the experience, but they need to put in the commitment themselves.
Okay. And how can they apply if they're interested? And also, is there a cap on how many people you take in?
Yes, absolutely. So the email to know is education@endeavour.bm. That is the same email. So by November the 1st, if you're interested, you want to apply with your resume and cover letter or letter of interest. Tell us why you make a strong candidate. That's education@endeavour.bm. We're also hosting an information session. It's virtual this Thursday at 6 p.m. So if you email education@endeavour.bm, you'll be able to get those Zoom details. And then in terms of the cap, yes, because it's such an intensive program, we really make sure that each young person coming through has their own mentor that's working with them throughout the experience. And so we do have up to 12 spots available. So it is quite limited in terms of the experience, number of spots, because of that hands-on experience.
All righty. Thank you so much. This is helpful. Appreciate you very much for that. What would you say to someone who may be on the fence? Be like, you know what, this may be of interest to me, but I'm not quite sure if I have what it takes.
I would say come to our information session or join us virtually on Thursday and just hear what other Springboard grads have to say. I can talk to you about, all these success stories, the people that are working with us, the people out there working in the maritime industry, but hearing from them, hearing from other young people, young Bermudians who've done the experience, have completed the experience, have put in the time, the dedication, they've made it happen. They're really going to help you, I think, understand if you're on the fence to make sure that maybe this is for me, or maybe I want to give it a try.
All right, Jennifer, thank you so much. Another conversation. One more. We'll go to the other total 2 seconds. Anika Shields is saying, do we have any statistics on the swimming ability of her? Oh, that's separate. Sorry. But Yeah, 3. Thank you so much for this conversation. We definitely appreciate you and this program, what the opportunity this is offering Bermudians. I'm fascinated. Every year I learn something different. When you went down that list of things, I'm like, she's still going. So thank you. And please know that, should you need Media Mile or the Daily Hour, we're here to make sure that we are communicating the information to the general public. So have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. Wish you all the best for continued success as well. And thanks for having me.
No problem. Talk soon. All righty. Jennifer Pitcher, folks, if you appreciated the conversation, if you know somebody, get them in that, man. Get them in that. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Make sure you share it with your family, your friends, your colleagues. We're going to take our final break. We'll come back after this break and daily playtime. See how good Maya is with a bit of history. Stick with us. 1 minute, 33 seconds.
It's time for another season of Bermuda Trivia, the game show. We've got new contestants trying their luck to see how much they know about Bermuda and Bermudians.
I'm going to be honest. I have no idea.
Sorry, Darren. Thank God it was an easy one.
See how far they can go.
The risk, no reward. 9. Oh, Katrina.
I feel like this man's gonna know everything I throw at him. Tell everybody your name.
This is Dwayne Kings.
Alex Jones.
Sajay. Megan Tankard.
Yo, I'm Keith.
Ashley.
And Carly.
As they attempt to become the next big money winner.
Such a hard question.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
Follow Bermuda Trivia on your favorite social media platforms. Visit bcgtv.com to watch new episodes of Bermuda Trivia, the game show, brought to you by Bacardi.
Take a look at our workwear for construction workers and tradesmen. Durable, stretchable in all the right places and plenty of options for tools and accessories. Pair with our wide range of tough and comfortable footwear. You can't go wrong. As you can see, Medical House really is a one-stop shop for everybody. We can't wait to see you.
See it all at our new expanded location on Bakery Lane.
All righty, welcome back to the Big Shake. Thanks again to Jennifer Pitcher from Endeavor for joining us this morning. Again, audience, do us a favor. It costs you nothing. Really, it doesn't. Just give us a like, a love. Make sure you share a conversation with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Make sure that as many people as you know have access to this information so that no one has an excuse to say they did not know. Yeah. Remember how we say there's no way for people to know information. There's no excuse. This is the information age, as they share. Thanks again to the BAC group of companies, Medical House Lenders, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we can do this with you on a daily basis. It's time for The Daily Play, brought to you by Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. All right, Maya, are you ready? It's a remember when.
Let's have it.
All right, here we go, folks. Dame Lewis Brown Evans became Bermuda's first female and Black lawyer in what decade, Maya?
No, not too high. No, way too high. Like,
Everyone's saying the 60s.
I said 70s first. So I'm like, duh.
Only one person got it right.
Way too high. I was going way too high. I was like, no way,
It was the 50s.
1950s.
1953. 1953.
I was like, hey, no way.
Yeah, you had to go backward. You were going the wrong way.
Way too high. Because once I said it, like, there's no way. So yeah, I was definitely going the wrong direction there.
Yeah, let's put did anyone get it yesterday? Let's put, who's it gonna be? Renee Simmons. Who got it yesterday? I'll have to go back and check. Renee Simmons, you are in the draw for this week, so congratulations to you. You're the first person to get it correct as far as decades. Let's wrap it up this morning though, Maya. As far as the bad press, Bermuda's response to bad press regarding the drownings, and then the conversation with Jennifer picture about the Maritime Springboard Program?
I mean, obviously the news is devastating for the family, first and foremost. But I think the conversation that we've already been having now is that Bermuda does need lifeguards all year round. For the majority, that's how people feel. If you are promoting us as the destination for beaches, then we need to have these preventative safety measures put in place as well. So, great conversation from the audience, great advice that was given. As for Jennifer Pitcher and in the Endeavor program, I think it's amazing how many career opportunities come out of this program for these young people. Obviously, we got to see it from its inception to now, like what it's been doing now for the past 7 years, she said, and it has been growing. And you now see those young people going on to promising careers and really being inside the marine space, which is something that we do need in this island, and it very much so coincides with the whole entire discussion this morning as well. So great conversations that were had.
Indeed. I'll say this much. I think that from a discussion point, like Maya, it's very sad. Life loss is always a sad situation. But I think that the focus as a country, as a community, as a society, not just as a department, government or Quango, is that we need to figure out the best way to keep all who are on our island safe in every respect. And so whatever we're doing right now probably isn't working, but we need to figure something out, and fast. I don't want to act like, we as individuals don't have a responsibility as well, because, just like our roads, personal responsibility does play an impact. So, but together we can find a way to respond to the bad press by trying to do better on our own. In regards to the Endeavor program as a whole, and then the Maritime Springboard, I just love that young people are having these opportunities. I think Anika D. Shields says it here. I love that young people who are interested in corporate have so many options, especially in the tourism field. I love that these opportunities exist, and I'll say it. When I was listening to it, I was thinking, this is why they said they needed conscription, so that people could have these skills. I believe in putting people in spaces where they want to be, because that's how you're going to get the best out of them. That's how the program's going to become better and improve, and that's how the island's going to improve. So I think it's a great option for people who are interested in this space, and I really do hope that some take advantage of it. Maya, do you have any daily inspiration for us?
Yes, daily inspiration for today. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. That's from Thomas Edison.
I like that. Try one more time. All righty, folks. It's that time. Don't forget, we're going to do us a favor before you go. Give us a like, love, follow, share. But you'll be getting the survey sometime today. And so do us a favor, take 10 minutes, just 10 minutes of your time. Fill out that survey for us. If you want to be eligible for the many prizes, then you will have to put your email in. If you want to remain anonymous, you don't have to use your email. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC Group of Companies, Medical Wells, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy, for ensuring that we can do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making this part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you on Thursday. There's no live show tomorrow, on Thursday. All right. She's Maya Palacio. I'm Jamal Hartman. Please do make it a safe and a great day. We are out. Peace.